First News Nation's Kelly Meyer is live in Washington. And Kelly, border issues are actually bringing Democrats and Republicans together.
Yeah, Nicole, it's not something you see very often. Democrats and Republicans coming together to address the humanitarian crisis at the border. And that's what we saw moments ago. They say this delegation is unique and that it's easy from miles away in Washington to think they know what's going on. But it's nothing like seeing it firsthand and listening to the experts. They say now they need to work together to try to address it in the best way they can. President Biden touching down in Mexico City, greeted by Mexican leader Lopez Obrador. The two men set to meet within the hour to find a way out of the growing migrant crisis and the deadly flow of fentanyl. This on the day after Biden made his first trip as president to the border, after 2 years of criticism as the number of migrants entering the country illegally spiraled. Over the weekend, Biden seen walking along a metal border fence and meeting with border officers.
But they need a lot of resources, and we're going to get them for them.
Biden didn't appear to see or meet with the migrants themselves. During his stop at the El Paso County Migrant Services Center, no migrants were in sight. The tour quickly criticized by Republicans. Newly sworn-in House Speaker Kevin McCarthy dismissing Biden's visit as a photo op and promising to hold the Biden administration accountable.
So happens he's 2 years and about $20 billion too late.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott handed Biden a letter as soon as he landed, blaming him for what he called chaos at the border he says was caused by the president's failure to enforce federal laws. Biden later telling reporters,
I haven't ready yet.
His 3-day visit coming on the heels of the administration's new border policy announcement, which expands a Trump-era policy allowing officials to turn away asylum seekers, expelling undocumented migrants from Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, and Venezuela, and pledging to accept some 30,000 into the country through an online application process each month.
What he has really looked for on this trip to the border was deeper insight on the real practicalities of how U.S. program dollars and the elements of the U.S. migration policy are going to provide the necessary services.
Some Democrats aren't happy about the trip either, condemning his new border plan as a humanitarian disgrace, saying, quote, immigrants and their families are not a political football, and seeking asylum is a legal right. And we're watching for President Biden to meet with the Mexican president any moment now. This kicks off 2 days of meetings between the leaders and the Canadian Prime Minister, dubbed the Three Amigos Summit. A lot on the table during these 2 days of meetings, and topping the list is the migrant crisis, an issue that has dogged the Biden presidency and something he really hasn't seen face to face until now. Nicole.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.